With so many outdoor apparel options out there on the market, it can be difficult to truly narrow down a single piece of gear that becomes a staple piece of gear for your hiking, backpacking, and outdoor needs. For me, the Outdoor Vitals Vario Jacket is one of those pieces that I have found and been using that has become a staple piece of gear. Now, full disclosure, Outdoor Vitals did provide this Vario jacket for me to test, to review, to share with you, my backcountry exposure community, but to also provide field feedback to them so that they could potentially improve the product before releasing it to the public, which it is now available direct from Outdoor Vitals. So what the Vario is a synthetic filled jacket. It is a lightweight synthetic jacket. It's not going to be something that I use as a standalone piece for 4-season backpacking, but I'm going to use this for 3-season as a standalone piece layered on top of a mid layer and a base layer, and then maybe a rain jacket over top. It fills that specific slot for me that would be similar to a lightweight down jacket that you might purchase. Maybe that's the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer, or it's the Nova from Outdoor Vitals. This is a synthetic piece that uses the synthetic material called 3D Effects. Kind of has like a spring type of shape to it, has a great amount of loft even when it gets sweaty and wet from being active in it. And truly, even though you don't have a massive amount of loft in this jacket, it's very warm and very comfortable and stays lofted in those kinds of conditions. You've got a perforated underarm that is less perforation than you have with the Ventus, but it allows for good breathability, and it's very comfortable to spend time in, even when things get a little bit warmer, like what I'm in right now, which is about 50, 55 degrees. Other aspects of the Vario that make it a great one-piece option is you've got a full-length YKK plastic zipper that is super lightweight. I've had zero issues with it getting caught on anything. You've also got hand pockets that are zippered. This is something that the Ventus does not have, which we'll talk about more here in a second, but I really, truly love having the hand pockets on here. You've also got a shock cord drawstring hem to tighten everything up. And then here on the back of the jacket, the back panel is lowered down around the butt. So when I bend over and such, getting into the tent and everything, my back is not then exposed to drafts from cold and everything that you get from a jacket that maybe is a little bit shorter. And the overall fit of the jacket is very comfortable. Now this is not as tight fitting as the Ventus is. It's a bit looser fit so that I can truly fit a lightweight mid layer underneath it, as well as my base layer. That the Ventus, I'm not going to put anything but a base layer underneath it. So a little bit looser fit, nice and roomy in the shoulders, and the 20 denier nylon fabric on the outside and the inside allows for enough stretch as I'm moving around in the jacket, so it's not constricting in any way. The hood is a nice size, and I really like the size of the hood because it doesn't have that cord lock on the back that you get from jackets, maybe like Arc'teryx, for example, where that hood might be sized to fit over top of a helmet for a climber that might be in an alpine setting. This is not that kind of application. So having a fitted hood that's nice and roomy with enough space to wear like a beanie and such underneath as well makes it super nice, and an elasticized hem on here makes it hold its place really easy, but it also, when you move your head and such, that stays in place and your head doesn't shift inside of the hood. Now I'm wearing a size medium. I'm 165 pounds, 5'9", and this jacket comes in at under 10 ounces. They list on their website that the size large for the men's is about 10 ounces. So maybe 8 or 9 ounces for this men's medium. On the sleeves, you've also got an elasticized hem and then a thumb loop as well that when you're putting like gloves on and such, maybe that keeps things in place a bit better. And overall, just the attention to detail on this jacket is really, really nice. Let's compare it to the Ventus and how it differs from the Ventus. So now I'm wearing the Ventus hoodie here from Outdoor Vitals, and the differences between this and the Vario jacket are that the insulation of the Ventus is a lot thinner, so you don't have quite as much loft, which means that this particular hoodie is not going to be quite as warm as the Vario is. This is meant to be an active type of mid-layer as opposed to an outside type of insulation layer that you would use the Vario for. This is a hoodie with a quarter zip and no hand pockets. So truly a mid-layer piece that you're going to use when nights start to get a little bit more chilly. You need to add just a little bit of insulation as a mid-layer option, but not trying to make this a full insulation piece that you would look for out of a heavier weight type of option. The fit of the Ventus is a bit more athletic, and so it's going to be tighter against the body, not meant to have anything else layer underneath it except for a base layer or a light t-shirt. You've also got an increased amount of perforation on the underarm here, which allows for an increased amount of breathability in the hoodie. The hood is also fit just a little bit tighter than the Vario jacket is, so getting a beanie or underneath this is going to be a little bit more difficult. It's just going to fit tighter in general. So overall, the big differences between the two pieces are I view the Ventus as a true mid-layer as opposed to being a standalone insulation piece that the Vario functions a bit more in as a standalone insulation piece that I'm actually layering things underneath it, a fleece or even the Ventus. Like the two pieces combined, if I'm wearing my base layer, the Ventus, and then the Vario, dude, that is a really slick system. And I want to show you that here real quick. So I've got the Ventus on right here, and I'm going to pull the Vario on over top. And these two pieces combined with each other are going to make for a really, really slick insulation layering system that I think it's kind of hard to beat. And so when I've got these two pieces together, I can get down into sub-freezing temperatures, no problem. And I'm gonna be super comfortable, really warm. But what I can say right now with these two pieces on is I still have really great mobility, and I'm not like constricted in the amount of like tightness that I feel in this. And that's important to point out because with that, I don't want, when I put an insulation layer over top of something that is supposed to have loft on it, like the Ventus, that's not a fleece layer, I don't want my jacket on the outside to compress the insulation. I want it to work together to be just something that's going to really keep me super warm. And these two pieces together as one system make for a really, really nice insulation layering system. Base layer, Ventus, Vario, and then maybe a wind jacket or my rain shell. I'm going to be able to go down sub-freezing temperatures and have a less than 20-ounce insulation system that is super, super warm and really comfortable. I'm like legitimately stoked on the layering aspects of these two pieces together. Now the length of the Ventus is a little bit shorter for me, you can see here, than the Vario is. So layering these together, it's just awesome. So when you're looking at should I purchase the Ventus or should I purchase the Vario, I would honestly say if you don't have either of them, to go with the Vario first, because I think for most people it fills the need that you want out of a lightweight insulation piece that you would get from, like I mentioned earlier, maybe a Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer or a Nova from Outdoor Vitals. And then after you have decided that, okay, this is awesome and it's what I want out of an insulation piece, then you can invest into the Ventus as well to use them together as a system, as opposed to going with the Ventus and maybe feeling like, oh, that didn't really fill the need of the insulation that I wanted out of a insulated jacket. And I think that is the mistake that most people have made in purchasing the Ventus. Is it's a really light insulation piece. It's a mid-layer. It's not supposed to be designed to give you an amazing amount of warmth. It's designed to be used as an active mid-layer. I'm hiking in 40 to 45 degree temperatures, and I want something that's going to take the chill off and breathe for me, where with the Vario jacket, I'm not going to hike in this necessarily, especially in the summer when I'm in high alpine areas. I am going to overheat in the Vario because of the amount of insulation that's in here, less breathability than you get with the Ventus. So the Vario, just view it as a standalone insulation piece that I've got mid layers and base layers layered on underneath it. And the Ventus I'm using as an active mid-layer piece, an athletic cut meant to be closer to the body, to breathe, wick moisture, and that kind of thing. My experience, my time with the Vario jacket is super positive. I legitimately do not have anything negative to share about it. Nothing in my time out with it has stood out to the point of like, dang it. Like, I wish that this would have been part of the jacket or this. And maybe like one thing, it would be kind of cool if there was a chest pocket here, but I've got hand pockets that are big enough to put my phone in, and I've just got the space and everything for this. And it's going to compact down into a really small package as well. So taking up a ton of space in your backpacking system is not something you have to be totally concerned about with the Vario. So for 3-season backpacking, hiking in temperatures that are dropping down into like the freezing range, and you've got a good layering system, a good mid-layer, good base layer, and using this as your standalone insulation piece, this is awesome. Really, really well done, Outdoor Vitals. I think you nailed it with this, and I cannot wait to continue to use this through the winter, layered on top of the Ventus, and just have a really high quality synthetic piece here that is just going to perform and do exactly what I want it to when I'm out in the backcountry. Thanks for watching today, guys. If you are not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Hope you have an awesome day. Catch you on the next one. See you later.